Hey everyone. Okay, I think we're live now. So, what I want you guys to do is as you are jumping on, I want you guys to say hi because absolutely, like say hi when you guys see this because I want to make sure that everybody is on here and type in the chat where are you tuning in from. So I'm just really excited to be with all of you and just for a little bit of women's empowerment. Of course, we're gonna have some giveaways. And I just realized I jumped on 2 minutes early because I'm just so excited. So as you guys see this, like absolutely say hello. All right. I'm just making sure that we are live in the right place. So let me make sure we are good to go. Yes, okay. So I see myself on this other screen. I'm just making sure like we are live, we are ready to go. All right, cool. So you guys, I know that I am absolutely a few minutes early. So we're going to give it a few minutes since I am on here early. All right, y'all. And please share this video. Um, so I'm just going to be on here to give everybody just a couple minutes to be jumping on. And I want you guys to blow up the chat. Okay, blow up the chat and let people know where we are at, y'all. Okay, because tonight, and yes, oh yes, I'm going to be sharing this absolutely on my public page because I really want everybody to be on and just really hear about, well, yeah, we're going to be talking about women's empowerment, but also hearing a little bit about Mary Kay and all of the possibilities for a Mary Kay business. And we're in 2026. And I want to find out also, like, what does the 2026 woman want now? Like, what is it that we want? What is important to us? Okay. So we're going to give it a few more minutes. Yes, few more minutes just to make sure we are on here. We are good to go. Okay, cool. So I think we're good. Let me make sure because I can't always see the comments. So I'm making sure, y'all. Okay, cool. So all right. All right. Well, I think it is 8 o'clock Eastern time. So I think we are ready to go. Hello, everyone. Hey, Gloria. Yesenia, Becky. Oh my gosh. Hey, Sonia, Naomi, Jessica, Darkest, Aaron. Thank you so much for being on. And I want you to type in the chat also, where are you tuning in from? Hey, Nicole. I love it. Hey, Penny, you are like the lucky one. Penny actually won a designer purse from one of our events. So yay. Hey, Veronica. Okay. So if you're a consultant on here, go ahead and tag your guests in the chat. That way, like, I they can see this video, right? So we're giving it a few minutes for everybody to be jumping on, and we are going to be a chatty group. And I'm going to share what it is that we're going to do. And I know your consultant, whoever she is. Hey, Kathy, thank you so much for being on tonight. Watching from YouTube. I love it. Okay, the Bronx, awesome. I have visited there a few times. All right. Brooksville, Florida. Kathy from New Jersey. I love that we have all these different states represented here tonight. And share this video. I think it would be so cool. Hey, Sheila. It has been so long. I hope you are doing amazing. And Annabelle, thank you so much for being on tonight. I love your name, by the way. So pretty. All right. So I'm going to share what we're going to do. Well, first of all, I feel like as women, it is, so rare that we get to press the pause button, kind of like we're doing right now, pressing the pause button on life. And we don't always do that or even take care of ourselves or make ourselves a priority, right? So thank you for being in here, investing in yourself. I know we're excited about the giveaways And thank you for supporting your consultant. I know that a lot of you I invited, and maybe you were invited from someone else on our team. And if you are, thank you so much for just being on. Hey, Stacy, so glad you're on here tonight. And by the way, I'm going to be sharing like some of the ways that you're going to get entered to win. I know we're giving away that Kate Spade purse, and I have sitting next to me a ton of other free products that I'm going to be giving away. So just for being on, you're already getting a point, okay? And your consultant, maybe Latressa, you can help me out. Hey, Sonia, Cindy, Latressa, you can help me out and grab a notebook and like keep track of the questions. Hey, Catherine, because I know that your consultant had asked you. Melissa, hope you're doing awesome. I know your consultant had asked you to think of some questions to ask me about the Mary Kay business. And your questions are going to help a ton because I know if your beauty consultant is on here, she is also learning and growing, aren't we all, right? Hey, Nydia. Okay. So anyway, what we are going to do is we are going to talk about choices. And I'm going to share a little bit about me and also a little bit about Mary Kay. And we're going to get your feedback. So at the end, there's going to be a survey that you are going to need to fill out. Okay. And I'm going to mention it a few times, but there's going to be a survey that you're going to need to fill out, and that it's really super quick, but that's going to finalize your entries into all the drawings we're doing, including that awesome Kate Spade purse. Hey, Melanie, Jess, thank you so much for being on. I love that you ladies are on here tonight. So anyway, y'all, we're going to jump in because it's 8:05 and I know people are still jumping on, but that is okay. And y'all, if you've already thought of your questions that you want to ask, hey, Melissa, if you've already thought of your questions that you want to ask, absolutely pop them in the chat, okay? Because we're going to be a chatty group tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about it, and I want you to ask questions. Anything about the Mary Kay business. Like products, okay, not really. But tonight we're chatting about the business side of things. And even if it's not for you, that's totally okay too, because you're still going to learn some fun stuff and you could be our talent scout, okay? So if you refer someone that joins on our team, then you can get a fun little shopping spree. Now, I will start out by saying Mary Kay has been around for over 60 years now, and we are the number one skincare and cosmetic company, number one in the world, number one direct selling in skincare and cosmetics in the world. So I think that's pretty exciting. And I love it. I love being able to represent the number one. Say that again. Like if you go on TikTok or anywhere and search for Mary Kay, you are going to see that it is exploding all around the world, giving women an opportunity to make an income. And of course, we're going to share about a lot of the other fun things. And thank you guys for putting your comments in the chat. Now, I'm going to share a little bit about me, but keep it going, keep the questions because I'm going to answer them. And when I first started Mary Kay, so this was 13 years ago, all right, is how long I've been in Mary Kay. I know I was 8 when I started. It's not good skincare. I'm just going to say it. But anyway, I was just like a lot of you, I was working full time. So type in the chat, y'all, what do you do for work right now? And yes, sparkly backdrop. If you ask my kids, my favorite color is glitter. Just letting you know. Anyway, but when I first started Mary Kay, I was like you guys, I worked in healthcare. So type in the chat, what do you do for work? And I was going to college full time and planning my wedding. So I had a lot going on at the time in my life. And honestly, like there was definitely more month than money. And I don't know if y'all can relate to that, but I will say this, nothing changes if nothing changes. And I was absolutely, kind of getting sick and tired of having there be more month than money every single month. I don't know if you can relate to that or if you've ever felt like that, but I want to take a minute to really talk about some of the things that weigh on our hearts as women. And and let's take a minute, and I want to share this too. I absolutely loved my job working in healthcare. I loved my job, but the money was just not there. And I had goals and dreams and things that I wanted to do with my life, and my reality budget just did not match like my dream budget. So I was open for more, right? And just praying about that. So some of the things, y'all, that weigh on our hearts as women. And and let's take a moment to think about that, and what are some of the things that are weighing on your mind and heart. Because and you don't have to share it in the chat unless you want to, because we are all going through something. Everybody is. And I want you to think about how your life would be different if those things that are weighing on you are gone. And maybe it's finances, or you need new friends, or maybe you struggled with depression. I mean, I went through that. I feel like if you are a woman at one point in time, we've all been through depression of some type, right? Maybe you have self-esteem issues or shy. I went through that too. And I mean, imagine if, I know a lot of y'all are saying you love your job, but imagine if you didn't have a job that you hated. Because I know, like, there's been times in my life I'm like, I hate my job, but I need money. So, I'm here. And just a little backstory, and keep asking the questions. I'm going to get through each and every one of them. And a backstory on what I'm saying. Growing up, it was a hard time for me, and we all go through things again, and it was chaotic. I was constantly hard on myself, and I really struggled with like low self-esteem. And I don't know if anyone else has been there, but I had goals and dreams for my life, like I was saying, and I was constantly being shot down and just told that I was never going to achieve those things. And honestly, I stopped believing in myself. I stopped believing that my dreams were even possible. So I settled, and I settled and for less than what I really felt like was possible for my life, but I kind of gave up. I couldn't see anything past what I was going through at the moment. And I don't know if any of you have ever felt like that before, but I felt like if I went to school, so I was actually going to get a master's degree, I was in graduate school, and I felt like if I did that and got a great job, that suddenly, I was going to feel important, and like I mattered. And anyway, like validated too. And come to find out, none of that made me feel any better or any more important. And I just kind of kept going through the motions of life, and I never quite felt right. Almost like, I don't know, have y'all ever felt like that? Like maybe, and Jessica's pointing at this, thank you. But have you ever felt like that? Maybe you felt unfulfilled, or you felt like something was missing, or struggling with feeling good enough or worth it. All of that was me up until the time that I started Mary Kay. Again, this was 13 years ago. And long story short, I went to try the products. And I don't know if any of you, like, I know most of you probably have heard of Mary Kay, right? But I never heard of Mary Kay. And I was not a makeup person, and I knew nothing about skincare. And, I met this woman who was very successful. So she was driving a free car. I know somebody asked about the pink Cadillacs. So she was driving a free car, and she was also making a six-figure income. I'm talking, her highest paycheck in a month was over $13,000. And she used to be a teacher, but she had a toddler at home. And I didn't have any kids yet, but I just thought that was so cool. And really, I was amazed at her positive spirit. And I signed up that night. Hey, Olivia, thank you so much for jumping on. I signed up that night. I had no clue what I was doing, just to let you know. And in 4 months, I had earned my first car, y'all. My first car. And I never had a brand new car or a reliable car. And I don't know if you've ever experienced that. Like, I know my car was breaking down on the side of the road, and or maybe you had trouble making a car payment. That was me too. I had bought a car. It was definitely not new. And my job told me we were on a raise freeze. So I couldn't really even pay my car payment. And I don't know if you've been there, but fast forward to now, so much has happened, y'all. I've been married now for almost 14 years, and we have 3 little girls. Like, I have a picture on my desk of them. Hey, Kelly, thank you so much for being on. So, Karen, yay! I love that you jumped on. Okay, well, these are my girls. So, Alana, she's actually almost 4. Hey, Lisa. And then Arabella, she is 6, and she's so excited because she became a star reader at her school today. And then Aria is 11, and type in the chat, y'all, if you have any kids and how old are they, type that in the chat. And I know as a mom, we want to be there for our children. So I love that. And in the 13 years that I've been in Mary Kay, and I'm not saying these things to brag or boast by any means. If I'm going to brag or boast, it's going to be about all the things that God has done. Absolutely. But over the course of time, I've earned 9 cars from Mary Kay. 9 cars. I want to say hundreds and thousands of income. We were able to buy our first home. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Danielle. Yesenia, thank you for sharing that. So we were able to buy our first house, and my highest paycheck in a month has been over $15,000. Like, what? I never thought I would make that. I did not think I was going to be good at this. Okay. And I want to share this too. I am not the exception, y'all. There are more women making 6 figures in Mary Kay than any other company in the United States. So I love that. And thank you, ladies, for sharing, what you're doing. Hey, Anaya and Jessica, your kids are so cute. And oh my gosh, Becky, how are they 5 years old? I feel like I remember when they were born. Oh my gosh, 13. I love that, Jess. 25-year-old daughter, Cynthia. And of course, you have twin grandbabies. So we have a few twin moms. Hey, Holly. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for being on tonight. Okay. So what I was saying, y'all, I am not the exception, right? There's so many other women. We were just in Texas. We got to hear from so many of them. And here's where I'm going to really get into like the nuts and the bolts of Mary Kay. And I know you guys had asked some questions. So the first thing we're going to talk about though are money. We're talking about money because that's really the number one reason why women come into Mary Kay. That was a huge part of why I did. Oh, Catherine, that's a great question because absolutely you can earn trips. So, and I'm going to share about that too, but money is number one. So it is super easy how you make money. So let's just say, I don't know, all of this product here on my desk is $100, right? So your customer would pay you $100 and you get to keep half right away. So we do not have to wait on a paycheck. We don't have to wait 2 weeks on anything. And how fun is it that now we have a link that someone could just order, Mary Kay ships it out. You don't have to do anything. And they direct deposit the money in your bank account like that day or the next day. So how awesome is that? And a lot of women also come in for the discount because speaking of money, a lot of people like to save money. So we can get half off on our own goodies too, which I know I'm my own best customer. I know Veronica's on here. She started out as a customer and she was like, you know what? I'm tired of paying Sarah full price. Like, I want to get half off. So here you are. So I love that, right? We get our own discount, which yes, the average American woman spends about $1,000 on herself. So personal care items. So imagine having 50% off. Hey, Kelly, I'm so glad that you jumped on. Hey, Dolly. Yes, keep the comments coming, y'all, because you are getting entries for your comments. Just to let you know, your consultant is keeping track of how many comments you're leaving, how many questions you're asking. So, all right. So, and you might need just, I don't know, an extra $100. My girls are in dance. So I know that my Mary Kay business helps to pay for their dance class. So I want you to type in the chat, like, if you had an extra $100 a month, what was something fun? What's something fun that you would do with it besides paying bills? Hey, Vanessa, I love that you are on tonight. Okay, so we're talking about the money, we're talking about the discount. And of course, if you want to move into management and leadership, you get to choose that. So no one like holds you back. You get to decide. And I know there's so many ladies on here. I'm trying to scroll back and see some of the questions. And if you're a consultant on here and I am missing some of the questions, like please and I know that Jessica, I see your comment. What's the most you've made in the week? Well, I don't even know. I could tell you what the most I've made in a month, but I know there's been weeks where I've made several $1,000s. And I kind of shared y'all what was my highest monthly income, but again, I am not the exception. And there are so many women that make a lot more than I do. One of my mentors, her name is Kathy Bill. She is a national sales director. Her highest paycheck has been over $50,000 in a month. Like, what? Okay. And she threw her daughter the most lavish wedding and baby shower. So I love that so much. So thank you for asking those money questions. And I'm scrolling through the comments here looking for your other questions. So Gloria said, do you get paid bi-weekly, quarterly, and are there bonuses? So I love that. We get paid every day. I mean, you don't have to be waiting on a paycheck because we get paid right away. And absolutely, as you move into leadership and management with Mary Kay, there are a lots of other bonuses. And on top of your sales, you get a nice little like love check, commission check. And y'all, I wish that it did the little hearts like it does on Zoom, but I don't see that it's doing it. So that's fine. Anyway, so and I want to also talk about the recognition, y'all, because the recognition is huge. I know Jessica was talking about the ring that's on my finger. Oh my goodness. So this ring right here it's a diamond and amethyst. It is so pretty. I feel like the pictures just don't do it justice. So they give us opportunities, y'all, to earn trips all around the world this year. Oh my goodness. It's hanging up on my wall. But I am earning this luxury trip for our 14th year anniversary. I'm taking my husband, all expense paid trip to Rome, Italy. So that's just one of the perks. I've earned a cruise to the Bahamas, which was pretty fun. Sharon, I saw you said you wanted to take another cruise. I love that. And then Stacy, you asked, do you have to do parties or can you sell from your online link? Well, you don't have to do anything. You could sign up and never do anything, and that's okay. And you do not have to do parties. And absolutely, you can just have your link, and that's all that you might want to do because there are no quotas or like monthly requirements or anything that you have to do. So I love all these questions. All right, weekend getaway. All right, we're gonna keep going. Pedicure, family trip. I love it. Okay, extra makeup. Yes. And y'all, by the way, do you have to purchase the products and then sell them, Annabelle? No, you do not. That is optional. I like personally having products on hand. Like Jessica, by the way, your to go skincare set just came in. So I love that. I'm gonna have to bring it to you tomorrow, or you can come pick it up either way. But you do not have to have products on hand. But a lot of people choose to because it's like, if I went to McDonald's and wanted French fries and they didn't have them, well, I'm not getting French fries. Sorry, you're losing money that day. Because some women are spontaneous, right? We want to get things right away. All right. So how often do regular customers purchase? Well, I love that. And I want to say the average, like if you're using Mary Kay skincare set, again, we're number one in the world. Every 3 months, you're going to need more because eventually you're going to run out. And I want to share this too. Like, I was not a makeup person. And maybe that's like kind of what you're thinking. You're like, Sarah, I don't really do all that makeup. I don't really know how. I'm not really passionate about it. Not really passionate about skincare. Well, me either. I was not passionate about skincare or makeup. However, I was smart. Power of a consumable product. Now, let's say the economy, right, is in a recession. The 3 recession-proof industries are alcohol, tobacco, and cosmetics. So even when crazy stuff is going on, cosmetic sales actually go up. When COVID hit, all the craziness started. Hopefully, I don't kicked off from saying that. Just saying the word, you have to blur it out on social media. But anyway, I know I don't always follow the rules. It's okay, but you don't have to. But anyway, so what I was saying is we had just in our team alone a 400% increase. Just to let you know, guys. So we're talking about money, and a lot of people are asking, do we have to invest? Well, yeah, it's $35. It's only $35. Y'all, I went out to eat the other day. I tried a new restaurant. I like to try new things. I even went to this donut place, right? I spent like $35, and okay, it was pretty awesome because they make the donuts in front of you. And I got to decide, well, am I going to go back? Or, do I actually like it or not? Am I going to tell people about it? Well, yeah, I really liked it. So it's just like that with Mary Kay. Is $35 that gives you an opportunity to try and see if it could be something that you like, because really you never know until you try, right? So what other kind of questions? So what have you done to become successful? Well, that's a really loaded question, right? But I will say that I have failed more times than you can count, right? I have this little calendar on my desk, and I just have hit myself in the face. And it says, we have not mastered the art of living until we have learned how to fail. We must learn what to do when failure comes, because we all face failures at one time or another. And that is from Mary Kay Ash herself, our founder. So base amount that you need to sell. So we do not have any monthly quotas or anything like that. Now they do want you to have, and Cynthia, actually, there are no minimums anymore. I just want to tell you that there's no minimums anymore to have in sales to make money on your website, just to let you know. But they do want you to have in a year at least 225 in a calendar month. Now, if that doesn't happen for whatever reason, that's okay. But I will tell you this, that one of our amazing skincare lines, the Time Wise Repair, which I have in this fabulous roll-up bag, is 230. This skincare set, the one that I use. So you could order your own goodies, and that would more than meet that requirement. And if not, no big deal. You just pay the $35 again to get back in. All right. So let's talk about some other fun stuff. So we talked about the recognition. We talked about the trips, self-confidence. That is huge. 13 years ago, no, I would never be sitting here talking to you. I didn't want to talk to anybody. And I definitely hated the color pink. And I wore pretty much like black and gray and brown because I wanted to blend into the background. I was very shy, believe it or not. And I got a D in public speaking in college because I was so terrified, y'all. So Mary Kay has helped myself and so many other women with their confidence. One of the things that I heard Mary Kay Ash say one time is she had said that we help women take the beauty that's on the inside and bring it to the outside. And I know I felt a lot more confident when someone taught me how to do my own makeup and take care of my own skin. Okay. And if I missed your questions, y'all, like, I am sorry. I'm trying to get to all of them, but ooh, Gloria, that is so good. Thank you for bringing up the taxes because Mary Kay, okay, I was in Texas. We were in Texas, a few weeks ago, and we were being interviewed, myself and another sales director. And she asked, like, the question was like, what are some of the benefits to being a Mary Kay director, right? And she was talking about, this woman is an attorney and also a Mary Kay director, okay? She was talking about the amazing tax benefits that we get for having a small business, okay? A home-based business. You get a ton of tax write-offs. And for people that make a significant amount of income, they're going to do whatever they could do to get a tax write-off. So absolutely, we can write off our home portion of our home. We can write off nails, hair, some clothing items. Yeah, this is an image business. We got to be looking good, just saying. We can write off mileage like you asked. There's so many other things that we normally pay for anyway, and you get a tax write-off. So what else is it? I could go on and on. I have an accountant that does all of that, by the way. So, but let's just say you get a huge, huge discount on your taxes. Discount, is that the right word? No, you get a tax break. And Annabelle, yes, if you were wanting to sign up, you would absolutely sign up under the person that invited you. That's definitely it. And then, all right, so we're continuing to move on. I might be missing some of the questions, but self-confidence, oh, the free cars, y'all. So I know I mentioned that I've earned 9 cars, and I want to share this too. It is a team effort, okay? It is a team effort. You build a car, build a team, you work towards these goals together. But I have this picture that I keep on my desk of one of my babies in front of the pink Cadillac, the first one that we earned. And they're not all pink, by the way. There's different ones, but you earn a new car every 2 years. So every 2 years, you can earn a brand new car, and they actually pay 85% of your car insurance, or you could take cash. So I've always taken the car. I never had a brand new car. And I see the prices of new cars and insurance. What? No, thank you. I will continue to be taking the car. And but type that in the cash comments. Would you take the cash or the free car? But that is such a blessing and actually put more money in our pocket. And it's something tangible. And you guys have a lot of technical questions. That I may not even know the answers to, but we're going to get to them. Now, all right. So we talked about the cars. So type that in the chat, car or cash. And then if you guys have questions about that, absolutely. And we're also going to talk about the advancement and the achievement opportunities. So within Mary Kay, y'all, you move at your own pace. Now, for a lot of women, Mary Kay is, something that we just sprinkle in on the side. And maybe you're working, you're a mom. Most people, this is what they do. Sprinkle it in, make a little extra here and there. And then there are women that want to do a little more, make like $500 a month, pay the electric bill or whatever that might be. And then there are women that want to have this as a career. Now, when I came into the company, I really did not think this was going to be my career. When I came in and I heard what my director was making, I really wanted to get to that level. And I had no idea what that even meant or what I would have to do. But when I heard about her $13,000 paychecks, I was like, oh, well, that just makes sense then, because I like the title of director and I really like those paychecks, and you can earn trips. What? I've always wanted to travel the world. So for me, Yes, but I didn't intend on leaving my other job in healthcare. I loved working in healthcare, so I went to school for it. That's what I thought I was gonna do, y'all. But God had other plans for me. And I will say this too. His plans are always so much better than whatever we can dream of or imagine, right? So I never intended it for it to be a career, but it happened and I'm excited. And then about a year later, after I started Mary Kay, I got laid off from my job, which has happened to so many people that I've talked to for no reason. And I decided, well, why would I want to go back to a job where they're just going to fire me for no reason? So I just decided, let me take a leap of faith. And I've never looked back. And that was 13 years ago, y'all. And I've heard people say to me, well, Sarah, I need to like guaranteed income. Well, there's nothing guaranteed, but for me, it has to be guaranteed. I know that I'm guaranteeing to myself that I need to make a certain amount or my family is just not going to eat. So if that's what kind of guaranteed income you want, then it's guaranteed if you guarantee that to yourself that you're going to be willing to work. And it's pretty easy and fun. And I have learned so much. Oh my goodness. So, and I'm going to go back to some of your questions, y'all. Favorite makeup you can't go without. Oh my gosh, it has to be lips. I got to have lipstick because I could have huge sunglasses and hide the rest of it, but I got to have something on my lips or I feel like I look like a zombie, but that's okay. All right, so I love like you're talking about the cars, group page, y'all. You don't even have to have a group page if you don't want to. So many people don't, just let you know. Shipping when someone orders on your website. Well, you can offer free shipping. Me personally, I like to offer free shipping to my local customers, really all of them, but I think it's like $5, $5.95. So all right, and then the cash, if you took the cash for the car, it's between $4.25 and like $9.25 a month. It just depends on what car you have. All right, so what other questions? How much time do you spend on your business? So okay, as a consultant and as a director. Well, I want to say like this is my career and I definitely don't sit there and time myself, but I like to work my business while my babies are in school because I want to spend time with them and within reasonable limits because as mamas, I know we have a lot of mamas, we need to have some time for ourselves too, right? So that's when I love to do most of my Mary Kay. And as far as how much do you spend, it's really up to each person individually, right? Because you get to decide what that looks like for you, and everybody's different. You know what my day looks like is going to look completely different from yours, Gloria and Latressa and Nydia, Dolly, everyone else is on here. And I love your question, Olivia. So if you're having trouble promoting the business, will receive help. So absolutely, yes. That's one of the greatest things about Mary Kay, in my opinion, is that even though, like, technically you are your own boss, like, once you sign up for Mary Kay, you're your own boss. You're an entrepreneur. You own a business for $35. I don't know, like, what kind of businesses you could start for $35 that number one in the world for skincare and cosmetics, and they give you an opportunity to try it. And also, by the way, I'm going to share this too. They are a multi-billion-dollar company with no debt, family owned. Still, Mary Kay Ash's family owns the company. And our motto for over 60 years now, God first, family second, career third. God first, I'll say that again, which is so amazing. So what I'm saying, Olivia, is yes. Now, as soon as you start Mary Kay, you have a sales director. So that is part of what I do. And we have also corporate is amazing and a national sales director we have and your recruiter, she's also amazing. But what I needed, because my recruiter, she is not even in the company anymore. So I just hung on to my director because she was the one making the six figures and she was the one I wanted to learn from. And I will say this too. If you are that person where you are looking to make like a great income and really looking to change your financial situation, I am your girl. Okay. I just want to share that because that is what I am so passionate about because I know what it's done for me. So, absolutely. And if I didn't have a director, I would not have done anything without her encouragement. And yes, Nydia, we do have an amazing team that we support each other, cheer each other on, and there is no room for any mean girl energy. I'm just going to say because I've been bullied as a child, as an adult, and that's just no, we're not doing that. And okay, Kelly, I love that. So I'm just all right. That's a great question. You know what? I love your question, Kelly, and that's very specific. So I feel like I'm going to need to like write that down because it's really like I can't give you an exact figure. Mary Kay, they do have statistics, right? And what I can say also, hey Durana, I'm so glad that you jumped on here. Karen, yes, mascara and lipstick. Okay, I'm still reading through your comments, y'all. So yes, I love all of your questions. Hey, Pauline, hope you're doing amazing. So if you have your own salon, absolutely, you can have Mary Kay products because we do have several ladies that are estheticians that also like do hair and spray tan, which I got one of those to go to Texas. And absolutely, yes, you can promote your Mary Kay business. And I think that's a great way of doing that. So, okay. Now, we talked about being your own boss, which I love that. Probably a little too much. If I had a boss, I would have been fired a long time ago. I'm just saying because I like to have too much fun, y'all. I like to have too much fun. So, anybody else? Because y'all, I love slow mornings and I love to just spend time in the Word of God. And, I play guitar, I'm a worship leader, and those are some of the things that I love to be able to do. I love to be able to spend time with my husband and go exploring. I love to be able to be there for my kids, and not have to say no to them. Like my 6-year-old, she wanted to go to a little cheer camp. And I was like, absolutely, because I love the way her face lights up. And it's all because of choices. Y'all, we all have choices. And for me and so many other women, like I said, I'm not the exception. We have made a choice that we want to choose faith over fear. And we want to choose us. We want to choose our family, our future over what we think someone else might say. Because guess what? Last time I checked, well, I'm pretty sure other people's opinions don't pay our bills, right, y'all? So, yes. Okay. Anyway, so now I want to ask you if you are ready to make a change in your life. And, I hear a lot of women say a lot of different things, like there's never a right time. Hey, Magdalena, there's never a right time, right? So let's just say, what month are we in right now? We're in August. So we're just starting school. And then I know we're getting into the swing of things with that. And then, of course, there's expenses. And then what's after that? Oh, there's Halloween, right? That could be an expense for some people. And then what? Thanksgiving, Christmas, throw in some birthdays in between there. Oh, and then your dryer breaks and your microwave and your dishwasher. Like that happened to me, y'all. I'm just saying. And then what? After Christmas, there's New Year's and Valentine's, and then Easter and Mother's Day, Father's Day, and like 4th of July, like around the world we go again, right? And I know someone once asked me, well, how many times are you going to keep going around the same mountain expecting different results? Like nothing changes if nothing changes. And how much time are we wasting waiting for the right time? Because there's never going to be a right time. It's just like waiting for all the lights to turn green before you start driving. I don't know where y'all live, but where I live, that's not going to happen. And, it definitely wasn't the right time for me either, having all that I had going on in life. And And I want to tell you this too. And maybe you're thinking, okay, I'm not a salesperson, so I don't think I could be like you good. Well, we don't want you to be a salesperson because that's just icky and it makes people feel uncomfortable. But if I'm telling you how much I love this mascara right here, because look at my eyelashes, okay, great. I'm sharing what I love and you can get it or not, but I think it's the best mascara out there. So we're sharing what we love, right? And you don't have to be any type of way but yourself. And that was a huge lesson because growing up, I wanted to be someone else. I did not like myself. I didn't like who I was. And, being a part of Mary Kay and also like getting closer to God has really just helped me to love me, but it took a very long time. I'm just letting you know. And I want to share this too. The market is not saturated because I've heard that before too. Like, and here's some statistics that there could be 2 pink Cadillac teams for every Dollar General that is in your town or every bank. So how many Dollar Generals are in like Hernando County? Can anyone guess? Because it's a lot, and I feel like there's a new one opening up all the time. So it is absolutely not saturated. And I want to share this too, y'all. Maybe you do not need money because, when I came into Mary Kay, yeah, I wanted to make extra money, but did I desperately need it? No, I did not. Maybe you don't need money, but then again, who can you bless? Who can you bless with that extra money? And who could you be a blessing to? So one of the fun things that we're able to do is bless the food pantry every single week. That and these are just some of the things. And Mary Kay, for example, they have a nonprofit. They've given over $100 million to fighting domestic violence awareness. So they give grants to shelters every single year. Over 3,000 shelters in the United States have received a grant for domestic violence for women and children. So type in the chat, like if you were overflowing, who would you bless with your overflow? Or what type of organization would you bless? Or what are you passionate about? So type that in the chat, y'all, because it is not about us. That's what I had to learn too. It is not about me. Even my goals and my dreams, I thought they were mine, but really they're for my daughters. And I look at them every day and I'm like, they have such an amazing future. And that always motivated me that I wanted things to be different than the way I was brought up. I love my parents. Like, thank you for them, but I wanted things to be different. And I was willing to do what I had to do and to step out on faith, right? So, hey Candace, so good. I'm so glad that you're on, y'all. So what are you passionate about? What would you give extra money to if you had the blessing? And the other cause that Mary Kay supports is actually cancers that affect women. And statistically, 1 in 4, either both domestic violence and cancer, 1 out of 4. So all on this group here, y'all, if we, if we counted up, 1 out of 4 of us have either experienced domestic violence or cancer, or we know someone who has. So Mary Kay supports, they give grants to scientists that are researching alternative treatments or cancers that affect women. And the other really great thing, they just announced it when we were in Texas at seminar, that they have partnered with an organization that is working on a test that can detect cancer before it even happens, before any treatment is needed. And y'all, my grandma, she passed away. She went to heaven from cancer. And that was hard, and especially hard for my mom because she went up there. Ooh, I don't want to cry, but those things are near to my heart, as well as domestic violence. And those of you that know my story, you know a little bit about that. I don't want to go into that whole thing now. But anyway, so maybe you don't need money. And maybe you do need money. And that's my other question to you, y'all. How long are you comfortable not having an extra $100? How long? Because how long are you going to be comfortable with that? Because I have been there I have been there. It is not comfortable, or even $35 is a stretch for you. And again, I will share with you, nothing changes if nothing changes. And I love all of these causes, cancer research, missions. Oh, for disasters. I mean, let's not go into what happened just recently. Bless the homeless, autism, teen moms and the church, friends you see struggling, take care of your family and tithe. I love that. And veterans, okay. And I know someone asked a question about the type of organization it is. And our motto, God first, family second, career third. Cancers, hey Luz, I'm so glad you're on. Okay, so and I really want, ladies, for you to allow yourself to dream, because we just don't anymore. We don't, because life gets tough for everybody, and we settle. And I want you to think about, if you knew that you couldn't fail, what would you do? If you knew you couldn't fail, what would you do? And I want you, to think also about those things that we talked about earlier. What are those things that are weighing on your heart? And what came up for you when I mentioned that? I mean, what keeps you up at night where you can't sleep and you have this anxiety because you're worried? And what did you imagine that your life would be like when that there's a solution? And imagine your life just without that pain. And my favorite part of Mary Kay is I really just love connecting with women and making a space where we can empower each other. And I love to help women dream again, like someone helped me. And one of my first Mary Kay events, someone said, remember those dreams you had when you were a little girl? Well, I'm here to tell you that they are real and they can still happen. And something lit on fire, like within my soul, because I had forgotten my dreams for so long. And y'all, it's never too late. In Texas, I was being trained by a 74-year-old woman driving a pink Cadillac. I also know a 79-year-old woman making a six-figure income, driving a pink Cadillac, and she does not look 79. Latressa, we sat next to her on the airplane, like from leadership. So it's like age is just a number, y'all. It's in our mindset, right? We could do anything. And okay, so let's talk about, as we're wrapping up, how are we going to win? And Gloria, we can absolutely talk about some of that. Like, how do you get customers? Well, we will teach you that. And if I missed any of the questions, I am so sorry, because there was so many comments I couldn't even keep up. But absolutely, please, like, DM me if you have additional questions I was not able to get to, y'all. But we're going to talk about, as we're wrapping up, how are we going to win that gorgeous Kate Spade bag? It's going to be sent right to your house, by the way. And I told you I was giving away, like, I have all these goodies on my desk over here that I'm going to be giving away. So here's how you're going to get your entries. So just for being on tonight, you are getting an entry, y'all. Okay. Now, hold on here. I have a survey that you are going to fill out. Let me just pull it up real quick. And then I'm going to post the link in the chat, and it's only going to take like a second. How do I get my eyebrows to look the way I do so high up? I could teach you, Kathy. I love that question, but this is just how my eyebrows are. But I could teach you if you want your eyebrows to look higher. Absolutely. But I love that question. Okay. So I'm getting this link, y'all, for you to fill out, and I want you to fill it out. So you are going to get a point. This is how you're going to finalize your entries, because we want to, and hopefully you guys, like, it actually posted. I'm sorry. Hopefully it posted on there. And if it did not, for some reason, like, let me try it again. Did it post? Okay, cool. I think it did. Anyway, so fill that out. That's how you're gonna finalize your entries. That's how we're gonna know that you were actually on tonight and you were actually listening. And then, okay, y'all, here's another way you're going to get entries. If you want to make a purchase from your beauty consultant tonight and support her, any size order from her website, you are going to get 3 tickets into the drawing. Okay. You're going to get 3 tickets. Now, there is a timeline on this. Like, it has to be tonight because I'm doing the drawing tonight, y'all. I'm not going to do it right now, but I'm going to give you guys time to fill it out, probably like 30 minutes, and that's it, because we don't got all night. Like, it's almost 9 o'clock here. So, we want decision makers, y'all. Okay. So you're getting 5. So I know you were asking about the eyebrows. So that brings me to my next point. You're going to get 5 points for either booking or attending a class. Now, it can be virtual or it could be in person. Virtual or in person. We have some fun events coming up. We online, virtual. We have a bingo night coming up. We have pumpkin spice eye makeup night. We have a new fall product launch coming up this month. And of course, in person. Okay, it's not a link. Well, maybe you have to like copy and paste because I'm not sure how to make it be a link. Yeah, you might just have to like copy and paste it because I have no idea how to make it work. Anyway, y'all. Okay. So if you can't click it, or maybe like one of you guys can copy it and copy that link and then paste it. As I don't know why it's not working for me. But anyway, so okay, so you're gonna get 5 points for booking or attending a class. It could be in person or virtual. And you're going to get 10, y'all, if you decide you want to book your own beauty experience, okay? Which can be, again, online or virtual, where you invite friends. Because I always find it's more fun with friends. And I know that your consultant is working on some big goals. And I know that she would love to bless you. And how fun is it to get some ladies together? I feel like we don't do that. And again, it could be virtual or in person. You're going to get 10 points for that. And okay, y'all. So I want to tell you about our options. If you decide you're like, you know what? I want to take a chance on myself and I want to sign up and I want to be a part of this. I want to do something big. And remember, it is not about you. Okay. Like, whose dreams are connected to your saying yes to something uncomfortable? I think about my daughters every single day. Like, they are the reason why I'm pushing myself to be better for them. So, whose dreams are attached to yours, right? So, whether it is for the $35, like I will post this, but it's $35. And y'all, just please copy and paste, like copy and paste it into the chat. Oh my gosh, tech support. Maybe after I jump off, it'll let me post it. But anyway, so eStart for $35. You get your own website. You start making money right away. And of course, y'all, we are going to work together. Okay, well, maybe once I get off here, it'll let me do it because I just don't know why. Or I'll just have to text it to you myself. But okay. So now the other option is you can also add on a Pro Start. So let me show you this Pro Start. All right, let me show you the Pro Start. And here it is. So it's a super cute bag. Let me show you guys the bag. And, you know, I have like 25 mirrors in it, so it weighs like 50 pounds. But this is the starter kit bag. And in this bag, you actually get about $500 worth of full-size product, y'all. You get, let me show you what's in it, okay? Let's just unbox it. And thank you, Melissa. Hopefully that works, y'all. Tech support 101 coming to the rescue. So you are going to get full size. This one is, you know, an optional add-on, but you're going to get your TimeWise Miracle set, which normally, by the way, is $150. I'm sorry, $150 that you're getting this Miracle set as a skincare set. You actually get 2 cleansers and 2 moisturizers. you get, let's see what else. A charcoal mask. One of my favorite products. You get a charcoal mask. Okay. You get a mascara. I love that. What else? You get the oil-free eye makeup remover. That also comes in that kit. Now, of course, y'all, you could be a kidnapper and use it for yourself because I sure did. What else comes in it? Oh, let me show you what else. It has CC cream. What else? Hopefully that link is working, y'all. CC cream, like all the different colors of CC cream. What am I missing? Oh, yes. One of my favorites. It is the microdermabrasion. And I don't see the scrub, but it's in here somewhere. Microdermabrasion, y'all. Okay, so you get all of that, and I'm sure I'm missing some stuff too. If you're on our team, like tell me what I'm missing as far as that. And you are also, in addition to getting 30 extra entries, I'm going to throw in an extra little shopping spree. If you decide, like, you know what, I'm a decision maker, I'm going to sign up tonight. And of course, if you have questions and you want to talk more about it, we can absolutely do that too. All right, ladies. Well, I'm going to give you 30 minutes. Okay. That's it. That's it. And then I can't stay on any longer. I'm going to give you all 30 minutes to finish filling out that. Thank you so much, Melissa, for posting that link. Okay. So Melissa's link should work. So thank you. I'm going to give you 30 minutes to finish filling that out. That way we could total up all of your entries. And then I'm going to go live in 30 minutes and I'm going to do the giveaways. And I just can't wait, y'all. I cannot wait. I'm excited to be spoiling you just for being so amazing. And thank you so much for being on and chatting with me tonight and helping your consultant. And I appreciate you so much. And God bless you. And I can't wait to hear from you. Bye, everyone. Have an awesome night. Bye.